What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp. Happy Friday from here at TSR Towers. I am joined by none other than one of the most patient men I have ever met. He is the incomparable Modern Life Dating. What's going on, John?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So, this is Free Consultation Friday, guys. The number is across the bottom of the screen, 516-387-1987. Again, that's 516-387-1987. If you have any questions for MLD, 516-387-1987. We'll screen your call. You can tell the screener what's on your mind, and MLD will answer your questions. So, John, while we're waiting for the phone lines to queue up here, talk to me about why you decided to start Free Consultation Fridays, because I've done free consultations before, and it is time consuming, and you do want to help guys, but by the same token, it's like some people in my estimation, and maybe I'm wrong here, some men just have the kinds of problems that it takes more than just a phone call to deal with. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest with you, I just really as this cliche as it sounds, like I just really want to help men out.
Okay.
I really just feel like this is my purpose and calling in life. And everybody obviously they raise an eyebrow. They think you have an agenda, and
Right.
I'm the most consistent man in the manosphere and on the internet who shows up on every Friday totally for free and say, look, you want to be skeptical of my services, you want to be skeptical of me as a man, call in.
Yep.
Call and talk to me for free. Argue with me. We can argue too if you want, but they know they always cowered out from that. But I just tell them, come on down and I'll help you out for free. I'll give you incredible value because I know in my heart of hearts that I'm fucking the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why did you you really are the true embodiment of the American dream. And I remember, weeks before the late great Kevin Samuels passed away, God rest his soul, I remember he and I had a conversation about my services. Kevin would always be in my ear. Donovan, you're not charging enough. Donovan, you're not charging enough, et cetera, et cetera. But my argument was that I want to help guys out. I know that there are some guys that simply can't afford $225 an hour. There are some guys that can't afford a womanese course. I'm trying to put this. I'm trying to put this in a way that helps you to answer this question. But why do you feel the need to? Is it my deal was that sometimes I feel guilty for my success. I've done a lot of bad things in life and I've paid the price. But I remember Kevin told me, he's like, Donovan, you've put enough free content out in the universe. You've helped enough men. It's okay to be successful. You feel guilty for your success, just on a personal level. Do you ever feel that way, or does it really not matter to you?
I definitely do not ever feel guilty for my success.
Okay.
Never, ever. And then another thing is, like, this is gonna sound like I'm blatantly lying. I just want to add a caveat right now. This is gonna sound like I'm blatantly lying. What I'm about to say.
All right.
But the reality is, in the history of my life, doing this coaching since 2015, right?
Yeah.
Every person that I've decided to help for free out of the goodness of my heart and or help at a discount price, they've always stabbed me in the back one way or another.
Really?
And I don't know what it is.
That is crazy. Really?
Yeah, and I know that sounds like, oh, he's just saying that so people will pay him, but I'm telling you, every time I help people for free, dude, it's like I'll give you an example, right? There's this guy in Tokyo. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's an older guy. He's about 47. He has pretty much squandered his life. He's broke. He's mentally a complete fucking mess. He's so stubborn and stuck in his ways. He thought him being away from his girlfriend for 10 months, like she should have stayed chaste and faithful to him and like not even question the relationship. And just like all these like idiotic things. And he was like, well, I only make like $1,800 to $2,000 a month, but she should stay with me.
God.
Like completely out of his mind, right? So I did my best to help him. I sent him to a couple of the guys in my community for free consultations, free therapy, free help, and all this stuff. And I poured my heart into helping this guy. Turns out all I asked for in return was for him to hold some mitts for me and do it at a different rate. I couldn't. He was charging like a crazy amount, like $150 a session, right?
God damn.
And I was just like, dude, I can join an MMA gym for $150 a month and go to unlimited sessions.
Right.
So I said, I'd pay you $50 an hour. I think that's a fair wage.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Right? $50 an hour to hold mitts. And it's not like you're working for a whole hour. You're chatting, you're doing rounds, right?
Yeah, you're just, yeah, of course.
And he was like, no. And I feel incredibly insulted that you would say that because my rates are this rate and I'm bound by my honor and pride and all this fucking shit.
Whatever.
And then the dude ended up fucking blocking me on Instagram, saying he doesn't want to associate with me anymore. And I was just like, you know, one of many things. And I was just like, you know, I just don't. I mean, it's human nature, right? You don't value stuff that you get for free.
That's all right, man.
You just don't.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. But so I helped the guys in Free Consultation Friday to kind of just give them a sample of my competency, because a lot of guys come in and just listen to Free Consultation Friday,
myself included.
Yeah, and they get motivated, they get lifted up, they get ideas, you know. And so I just feel like it's a good way to kind of, you know, give away a free sample to an extent of my services. And then, you know, it's been working out, and I help a lot of people, and a lot of people lives have been changed because of my services, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. I'm very good at what I do. You know, I think I'm one of the best coaches in the manosphere in regards to building a guy from the floor up, in regards to the core four, money, muscles, game frame. I think I'm very well versed in all four of those things.
Absolutely.
And I'm just going to keep showing up. And, you know, I know I've only been doing my brand now, like the live streaming brand. It's only been 3.5 years, man, you know? And, you know, when we hit that 10-year mark, bro, you're going to see me, bro. I'm going to be like Kevin Samuels. I'm going to be like Rollo Tomasi. I'm going to be huge. You know what I mean?
You are.
And I'm just going to consistently show up every single day. And I'm a grinder, man. I'm a worker. Like, you know, I don't have pride. I don't have any of this, like, oh, I'm like, you know, this is too beneath me. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'll grind. I'll work. You know what I mean? And I'll let my work do the talking for me. You know, like that's how I got my spot on Valuetainment Money, right? When Adam was there and CME.
Yes.
Everybody's like talking to him. He's like, yeah, well, this guy, you know, MLD said this. MLD said
this. Right.
Right. And he was just like, who the hell is this MLD guy?
MLD guy, right.
You know? And then I ended up meeting him, and that ended up getting me, you know, on the show. And I want to be a champion for the men. You know what I mean? I want to help all these people. And I just want to do my best. Oh, I'll send the link out to everybody on my groups and stuff.
Yeah. Send the link out. I actually I think I put a link out on give me a second. Free consult. There it is. Free consultation Fridays. Let me so I'm gonna put this on my YouTube community tab so that we can get more people in here. We've got a caller on the line. We're gonna get to him here in just a second. Free consultation Friday starts now. All right, very good. Okay, so that is out. Okay, let's go to our first caller of the morning. Let us go to Kevin in Las Vegas. Kevin in Las Vegas, you got us?
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning, John. Last week you told me to call back and give you an update, so here I am.
Yes. You're the 37-year-old guy who's got the tech job, and you're really overzealous about helping these people who don't want help, right?
Yes, that's it. 38, but everything else was accurate.
Wow, good memory there, John.
Doing my best.
So I had my meeting with the CIO. I presented my bullet points in a PowerPoint presentation. I narrowed it down to 5, like he asked me to, and he was furiously taking notes the whole time. Obviously, he's a very busy man, so his feedback was very short because we only had 30 minutes. And so he said, there's a lot of good stuff here. Thank you for your time. And click, that was it.
Okay. So now we just got to wait for the feedback, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. And in the meantime, how's that other interview going with the gaming company?
So I got an update email from them. I can read it to you if you want me to, but it still sounds positive. No official offer at this time.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, 1 second here. Pull up the Outlook.
Oh God, I haven't used Outlook in forever, man. Oh. Ever since I started using Apple products, I don't use anything else. I just like the ecosphere, man.
Okay, here it is. Hello, Kevin. Hope you are doing well. I apologize for getting back to you this late for all the delays being caused on our end due to vacations. I wanted to let you know that we are still interested in talking to you and want to move ahead with you. If you are still interested and looking out for the job, please let me know and I will proceed ahead accordingly. Waiting for your response. Best regards, HR.
Is it a woman?
Yes.
Okay. That's positive. What that tells me is you're not top priority, but you're definitely in the pool of candidates that they're considering. Like, they haven't really found their star yet, but you're not shitty enough that they want to throw you away. What do you think? What do you say, Don?
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think the fact that it is a woman who got back with you, that doesn't mean that she doesn't mean what she says. But what you have to understand in every aspect of life, and Kevin understands this better than anybody, is that in every aspect of life, women are wishy-washy, right? She might feel strongly about you as a candidate one day, and then the next day, maybe not. But listen, she is HR. So let me ask you something, Kevin. The HR lady, where is she on the totem pole in terms of decision making? Is she ultimately going to be one of the people that decides to give you the green light or give you the stop sign, or is she just sort of the go-between at this point?
She's only the go-between. The senior directors decide whether or not I get the position.
Okay, and you've been in contact with the senior director? That's the guy that you made the presentation to?
That's
a different company. This is a sysadmin interview with a video game company.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right, my mistake. Yeah, it definitely does sound positive, and it sounds like they're waiting for your response. So, and it's been a long time since
I responded.
Oh, okay. How did you respond?
Immediately.
Okay.
I said, yes, I am very interested in furthering the conversation.
Cool.
I like it, man. It's succinct and to the point.
Yeah. So who's the one, like, who's the hiring manager? What would you say? That's the system admin. That's the hiring manager.
The director of IT support.
Okay. And then do you have access to that guy's email or anything? Did he give you a business card or email you at any point?
No, only the Zoom interview.
So do you know his name or you remember his name?
Yes.
So go digging around on LinkedIn, see if you can find his email and just be like, hey, Bob, it's me, Steve, or excuse me, Kevin from Las Vegas. I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity. I received word from blah, blah, blah. Say her name in HR so he feels like you're already connected to the community. I've received notice from Heather in HR. She wants to move forward with the service, and so do I. I just want to let you know I'm taking this very seriously, and I look forward to adding as much value as possible. Thank you so much for your time. Respectfully, Kevin. You know what I mean? Make it a very professional email. Don't kiss his ass too much, but let him know you appreciated his time. You're eager to get going, because nowadays people are lazy sacks of shit, right?
Yes, they are.
And if you show them you have initiative and you're ready to join and you're ready to do these things, that's going to put you above the rest of them, because the majority of these people are not hungry, bro. They're coming in there to do as little work as possible, to get a paycheck, to go home, to jerk off, watch Netflix, look OnlyFans, and just be a bum. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll do.
I will do that.
I'll tell you a quick story. I remember when we had first, when Devin and I, we were getting ready to move out here to Philly, and there was a really, really, really good job that she was in the running for. She actually ended up leaving that job to come and work for me. The rest is history there. But what Devin did is she went above and beyond. And I'm not saying that you should do this, but what Devin did is she put her resume on a really, really nice paper. Then she hand wrote a letter to the hiring manager. I forgot what what her name was. I think her name might have been Kim. And so she told her, hey, look, I'm excited about this opportunity, blah, 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 and gave her a $25 Amazon gift card. Now, that's not bribery. That's just saying, hey, thanks for your time, et cetera, et cetera. I know you're busy. Just win, lose, or draw. Here's a token of my appreciation for giving me the opportunity to apply for this job. The very next day, they called her, or it wasn't the very next day. It was actually after the weekend. Monday morning hit. She had an offer she had a 6-figure offer. She took it, and the rest is history. So I agree with MLD when companies see that you take initiative instead of being reactive. They like when people are proactive because it shows that you want the fucking job. You know what I mean?
And that handwritten letter too is money in the bank, bro.
Every day, all day, baby.
You know who wrote me a handwritten letter was Alpha Villains. He wrote it to me in Japan, and when I read that, I was like, this is a man who has a fucking heart of gold. And I just knew. He sent me the t-shirts. He wrote the letter with his hands. I was like, this is a guy I can trust. Like, I knew right off my bat. That's right. And I don't, have you ever met him in real life?
Oh yes, I met him. He's on my panel on the 6th. I met him down in Miami at the CME.
Dude, that guy is like an unsung talent. He is a great guy. He's also speaking at the Masculine Empowerment Network. He'll be talking about reclaiming your power as a man.
I saw that. I saw him on the schedule, man. Yeah. He gives me, he seems to understand what's really going on. And just like you said, he's just a genuine dude. He's just a good dude, man. Like he's the kind of guy that you don't have to, he does not appear to be the kind of guy that you have to withhold information from, or you have to move a certain way to make sure they don't burn you later. I like working with guys like that for sure.
Yep. Evan, that's what we got for you, brother.
All right. Thank you very much. And I will keep you posted.
Thanks for calling, Kevin. We appreciate that. Okay, let us go to Robert in Los Angeles. Robert in Los Angeles, you are on live with MLD on Free Consultation Fridays. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, how are you? It's a pleasure meeting you. Pleasure talking to you, I should say. I've enjoyed your shows immensely, especially the skits.
Oh, thank you.
It's so funny that I've it's a funny thing. Everything on those skits has happened to me one time or another, and I need a little bit of advice. But let me go into a brief background on what I've been doing.
Let's do it.
It seems funny that a lot of those skits happened to me in high school. I just didn't realize they were happening to me. Right. So as I've gotten older, it's funny that a lot of these women that I get attracted to haven't changed. And by the way, I'm 64.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I know. But here's the deal. Most of my life, I've had money. I've had good jobs, and I've invested well, and I'm not an idiot with my money. And I haven't really spent a lot on all of them. And good-looking women, and then they do the things that everybody says they do. It's female nature. And then the ones I fall in love with, I get hurt about, and I used to get butthurt about them. Now I just figure that's it. Recently, especially the things about going out to lunch with their ex-boyfriends. Now, I never gave a shit about that. They'd say stuff like that, and they were testing me and stuff like that. And then I'd find out they were cheating with their ex-boyfriends. And one of the reasons why was my confidence. I realized that with your skits. I just figured, okay, you ran into your boyfriend, so I got an eye on you. And then 6 months later, I find out that they're doing it. Okay, go F yourself. And I'm going to go do something else. And then literally 4, 5, 6 months later, even a year and a half later, they come back.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So lately what I've been doing, I've had a couple of girlfriends that have been doing that. And I never thought about this before, but, because of a lot of skits, and especially that one that you just did recently, recreational use only.
Yes.
So and this is you, Donovan, you and your partner, which I totally enjoy. So for the last year and a half, my old girlfriends call me up, or somebody else calls me up, and I just put them on rotation.
There you go.
I don't take them seriously. I seriously don't take them seriously, but they're a lot of fun that way.
Yep.
When I take these women like this, and I got to be honest with you, I just don't kiss them hard.
I'm telling you, there's something about that. Like, you can only kiss a woman hard if you truly care about her, right?
Yes. yeah, the old 50s song, It's in His Kiss, right?
Yes. Oh my God. It's in his kiss.
But,
That's where it is.
yeah, but you have to think of something. There are dynamics that have changed this world when it comes to relationships,
Yes.
and then there are dynamics that have not changed.
Mhm.
For
Jesus.
instance, I was listening to a skit. I don't know who it was from, Fresh and something else like Fresh and
Fresh and fit.
Fresh and Fit. But they had I think it was on their show, but they had a girl on there, and she was talking about she was living with some guy, and this, she had this urge from her old boyfriend at like 2:00 in the morning
Oh
or
my
something like that. So
God.
she said, "Oh, I got an urge to get some candy at the liquor store." So she goes up there, gets laid by her old boyfriend, comes back in an hour,
Oh my God.
and her old boyfriend wants to move, and he's eating her out. He's got fellatio on her,
Oh
and
my
he's licking it and everything
God.
else.
Oh my God.
And then she's laughing. She's actually laughing. This woman actually was laughing, saying that he was eating her ex-boyfriend's nut.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised at how often that happens.
Oh yeah, I'm not kidding you. And then I started thinking about some old girlfriend I had, and that happened to me. But luckily, she wasn't that much of a dirtbag. She stopped my head.
That's incredible, man.
Now that I look back at that, I'm thinking to myself, that happened to me. Thank God that girlfriend wasn't a dirtbag, as bad as a dirtbag as that girl was.
Yeah, dude. Holy moly.
It's a funny thing about women or modern women. I don't know whether, I think with modern women, it's I think through your skits, I think women have always been this way.
Yes.
a lot of your skits I've experienced right out of high school.
And again, keep in mind, Robert is 64 years old, and he is telling us that these skits are apropos when he was in high school. I agree, women haven't changed. It's just the environment.
I think what happens is a lot of the advice on Modern Day Men, that YouTube channel is really good. It reinforces a lot of stuff that I think I was doing a long time ago. And you really reinforced that too, Donovan. I've really admired your show. But I think it's pretty simple for a man. Number one, even if you're not that great looking, you get yourself built and be the best guy you can be. You don't sit there and one of the things that cringe me is when a pretty girl who's not so pretty just makes herself up on filters and whatever and IG or even YouTube, wants attention, and these dumbasses give her attention. And then you go look at her in real life, and she's actually
a grenade
okay with a bunch of makeup. She's okay with good makeup on. Okay, maybe a 5 or a 6. She takes that makeup off, and she's probably about a 3 or a 4. But these guys whoop over there like she's a 10.
Yes. Yes. Not only that. Oh, go ahead.
And another thing too is as a man, let's say she's a 10. Let's say she truly is a 10. To me, if she acts like she's got her nose up in the air, she's rolling around, stuff like that, I will not give her the time of day. I won't even look her way. What am I going to do with that? I've got all these guys over there swooming after her. What do I give a shit?
Right. Yeah,
and that's the attitude I've taken.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you've probably figured this out by now, and I know MLD has, is the hotter a woman is, the more useless they tend to be. It didn't used to be that way, because women came ready-made to be in relationships, even attractive women. Clearly, even attractive women back in the 50s and 60s had no problem finding a man, a husband, et cetera, because not only were they physically attractive, which means physically attractive offspring, which means that your offspring have a better chance of reproducing, and so on and so forth. This is why we're attracted to attractive people. Not only that, but they come ready for a relationship. There's no training, there's no coaching that a man had to do with a woman. today, if a woman even looks half decent, she is given the world. And I would submit this to you, John. I want to get your opinion on this, and then we'll go on to the next caller. It's always been my assertion that 8s, 9s, and 10s, we all know they belong to the game. But 8s, 9s, and 10s, you would be very hard pressed to find an 8, 9, or a 10 anywhere in the world that wasn't monetized or sponsored in some way. In other words, the way she makes her living is based on the way she looks, and her primary target demographic / audience are men, and thirsty men at that. What are your thoughts on that, John?
Well, I'll be honest. I think you guys are looking at this from a very American angle, to be honest with you, because over here in Asia, it's really just like girls are not just like super fucking whores out here. It's not like, that's an exclusively American problem. And Robert is in LA, one of the shittiest places in the world to find a quality woman. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and Robert, to be honest with you, if this has been a constant theme in your life, buddy, I can't help but, look at the situation and realize, the only constant thing here is you, Rob. So, you might want to consider, because I know a lot of guys like to take the blame, and put it right on the girls. But if this keeps happening to you over and over again, because look at me and Donovan, right? We got burned before, but we're not getting burned anymore. And Donovan is 43. I'm 36. 44. I'm 36. And so, I just got a little bit too. You didn't mention your age, a little bit older guys, simping was a little bit more common back in the day. And a lot of you older guys get taken a little bit taken advantage of by these younger chicks. But I don't think
I agree with you, John. And by the way, I listened to you before. I really like your show.
Thanks.
But I think what happens is with my particular case is that I am old school. And I was married for 30 years and I was loyal for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I get back into the game. It was the same thing. I seriously mean loyal.
Why'd your wife leave?
Had a wonderful wife, everything else like that.
Hey, Rob, why did your wife leave?
She became celibate.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, whose fault is that, though, Rob?
10 years ago.
Rob, whose fault is that? Did you get fat eating lasagna?
Uh-oh.
No, absolutely. You know what? I'm 64 and I've got a 6-pack.
Wow.
So what happened? Why did this woman go celibate on you?
I don't know, but it runs in her family. And I thought when I was in my 30s, actually when I was about 35, she's got 4 sisters. And my brothers-in-laws, and I've only seen them a couple of times because they live in Chicago, we're in LA. And they said to me, dude, you wait till she turns into her 40s. Well, she turned into her 50s, and that's what happened. She's that way today.
But who initiated the divorce, her or you?
Oh, I did.
So you
think I'm going to sit around and be celibate for years?
You lost half of your assets?
What's that?
Did you lose half of everything you had?
No, actually, we came to a pretty good thing. I had assets, before the marriage. I kept most of the things in my marriage, sole and separate property.
I don't know. I feel like you're full of shit a little bit, to be honest with you, Rob.
Real quick on that divorce though, was she was amicable. I was amicable. I tracked my track the whole time, and I still support her. She lives in a place called Dana Point, California, by the.
Oh no! You're paying and supporting for your ex-wife that didn't want to fuck you, bro. Okay, nah, dude, you just gave yourself up. Don, am I being an asshole, Don?
You're not here, John. Let me explain something to you, and it's probably pretty educational for you. Sometimes it's better to keep people on a good terms, right? On very good terms. She doesn't feel like she's let out. The lawyers aren't eating everything. I pay probably about $5,000 a month for she's the woman of my 3 children. I've had her for 30 years. You think I'm going to get away from not doing anything without disaster going either way?
Don,
okay.
Go ahead.
No. Now this
John, this is a different story. Let me finish with this.
Okay.
And then you got to move on.
All right.
These are symptoms of simping, though. These are symptoms of simping.
I do a lot of simpy things because I've made good money as as an adult, and as an adult ever since I was actually 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Very good money. And I never had a time to look back. I did things. That's why they always come back, because I do things like travel when I have times. I've got nice cars.
Of course.
I've got nice property. I've got this and that and this and that. And I am a very adventurous guy. I will, like I'll go to the mountains and rent the best boat out there. And
why are these girls cheating on you if you're so awesome?
Lunch.
Why are these girls cheating on you if you're so awesome, Rob?
Got me. Probably because sometimes I am so busy at work, I don't do it. But here's the thing. I come from very old school. I catch you, and that's it. And by the way, both of you guys, a lot of times if you didn't have those channels, 80% and 90% of the time, those women don't get caught.
Yeah.
You ever hear of get your cake and eat it too? It's very difficult a lot of times to detect women doing things. The last woman that I was with, I adored her. We had a threesome with her best friend, everything else like that.
Oh, wow.
And then all of a sudden she started, yeah, believe me, they were in their 40s. Anyway, I had a great time with them for 2 years. And then I started figuring out, you know what? She's seeing somebody every Friday, and then, and you can feel it in your soul. A lot of times they become distant. Somebody else has given them the sausage. And then not only that, in your soul or your intuition, whatever you want to call it, you're not attracted to them. That's what happened to them too.
Well, let me. I
was not attracted to them.
No, I get it. Just a couple of quick things. Let me back up. I do understand, and MLD is right, to some degree. And this I think is where MLD and I might diverge. It's very easy for us to say, oh, just cut the bitch off. She stopped fucking you. But just like you said, Robert, you were with this woman for 3 decades and she gave you 3 children. That isn't nothing, right? A lot of guys, and don't get me wrong, man, if she fucked you over, whatever the case may be. Now, on the other hand, Robert, celibacy is not hereditary. Celibacy doesn't run in any family. It's not like, oh, it looks like they've got the gene for celibacy. Your wife, for whatever reason, just decided she did not want to have sex with you anymore. This doesn't mean she wasn't getting piped down by someone else. And this is where the chat and MLD is like, oh my God, I don't know that I would have done this. But by the same token, and I have this agreement with Devin, if I decide to leave of my own accord, I make sure I'm going to make sure that she is financially taken care of, because she was with me before the whole Donovan Sharp thing. And if I decide, hey, you know what, I want a younger, hotter, tighter woman, then I'll break you off because you didn't do anything to violate the relationship. However, if she does something to violate the relationship, like she cheats on me or she stops putting out, then she's on she's on her own. So while I can understand that you want to take care of her because she is the mother of your 3 children, what it comes down to, Robert, is that she stopped having sex with you because she just didn't want to have sex with you. And that's, and it's a blow to our egos, but you're 64 with a 6-pack, you're in better shape than I am, but women will go feral for any reason or no reason at all. And at that point, you just really have to charge it to the game. Robert, we got to move on. Thank you for your honesty. Closing thoughts on that, MLD, because you seem to really, listen, Dana Point, I don't know that I would be doing all of that, but clearly there are some things he was probably leaving out to keep maybe some proprietary information to himself. But what are your overall thoughts on Steven's situation there? Or not Steven, yeah.
Rob. Rob, I want you to talk to me on my show when I'm back on YouTube, and call me back on a Friday. We got to catch up. I want to dive a little deeper on this because I think we're not showing the full hand here.
Okay. All right. Very good. Yeah, I had my spidey senses were tingling, but then he said, well, how do you know? A lot of times women can be cheating and you would never know. Well, this is where womanese and the, body language mastery and being around like-minded men who have experience come into play. So, okay, let us go to Cameron in Mexico. Cameron in Mexico, you're on live with Donovan and John. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, John.
What's up, man?
Guys.
Hey,
man. Thank you.
Hey, I'd like to update Jonathan on my financial situation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is one of my students.
I was had just gotten a raise at one of my internships, and I was working on locking down a second internship. Well, was able to lock down that second internship, making 23 an hour. So now I'm making a combined 38 an hour when I work, both of them together. So I'm doing a lot better now. And I'd just like to know, going forward, how can I negotiate for either, if I'm looking for a new internship or a new job, how can I negotiate either equal pay or better pay?
Well, you just tell them this is what I was paid before. So you say you start off by saying, okay, listen, I was at this internship. I was getting paid $23 an hour as an intern. So you kind of set in the premise of like, okay, this is what I was getting paid as an intern. Now I have my degree. I'm properly educated and I'm already trained because I went to this internship. So we are definitely starting at above $23 an hour minimum.
Okay. And is there a polite way to decline offers of low pay, or do you just flat out tell them no?
Well, you just tell them, listen, at this moment, I want to explore other options because I was paid more as an intern, and I believe my responsibilities will be higher here. I do want to stay with this company for a long time. Therefore, I want to be compensated at a reasonable rate that can last me over the next 5 years. Obviously, you're lying to them, right? Because you're going to build up your resume, stay for like 2 to 3 years and then look to bounce out and get more money elsewhere. But, that's how you want to start off, because you never want to start off at a low salary. Not today when everybody realizes money's fake. They're printing money and giving money away just to people for, staying home and because of COVID and all that crap. So you definitely don't want to be settling for less. Settling for less right now is a fool's errand. And, yeah, I think it's just because you're young, you don't have the confidence yet to ask for the big money, but you don't, I already know you two. You're a very above average, talented person. These people will pay you. And if they don't, that just shows you that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But I mean, especially with your degree, the electrical engineering degree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not easy to do. And you're hard to come by. So if you do that, and if you consider, can you get your PE in electrical engineering, professional engineering?
I'm not entirely sure. I believe so, but I think it's more of a civil and mechanical thing. But I have heard of electricals getting PE, but I don't know how highly it's held. I'll have to look into it more.
Look into it, because if you're going to stay on the engineering route, getting your PE is very hard, and that's what makes it so lucrative, because almost nobody has their PE, and when they do, these dudes are like super employed forever. Some of these dudes make it up to like $300,000 a year, in a job. So that's something you want to look into for sure. But don't be afraid to tell people no. Know your worth and stick to it. You know what I mean?
Okay. And the same goes for like extended family, because I've had extended family reach out to me saying, hey, can you do this hard backbreaking landscaping work for 12 an hour or whatever?
Dude, that's an insult, man. Like, honestly, when I go to people who are friends of mine who are entrepreneurs, I never ask for a discount. I pay the full price.
That's right. Oh,
You know
wow.
what I mean?
That's game. That's game right there.
Yeah,
Man.
you got to pay the full price and throw them a little bit more too. That's what I do, because that's your homie, that's your buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These people coming and trying to nickel and dime you, you don't want that in your life, bro. That's broke boy energy, and you don't want that around you at all. You know what I mean? So just politely tell them no. Like, listen, I'm not gonna come like break my back, literally, because you had back injury too to top it off, right?
Oh,
don't go in there break
that.
your back.
Yep.
You do fucking landscaping for $6 an hour or some shit,
Understandable. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I look forward. I just paid and signed up for masculine empowerment.
Yay!
To starting that.
Oh, solid. Very, very good. Are you? Oh, okay. You're in the chat, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Awesome, man. Great to have you in. I completely forgot that. Cool, buddy.
The Zoom link will pop up in the Telegram.
Yep, get in the Telegram, and then we'll all be in there coaching starting up on August 2nd.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you, Donovan.
Absolutely. Cameron in Mexico. Yeah, he sounds like a unicorn. Holy smokes.
He's in New Mexico. He came to me when he was
New
19.
Mexico.
Mm-hmm. He came to me when he was 19, working in a fucking fast food shithole. He was getting bullied by his manager because, you know, when people are like under shit jobs and they see somebody with talent, they like try to insult them. We got him out of there. We got him into one engineering while he's going to school full time for to become an electrical engineer. He just got another engineering internship. So one was like paying like I think like $13 an hour, and then this other one's now is paying $23 an hour. He's just turned 21.
Oh,
so
wow.
He's on a good path. He's gonna have his degree by summer, or excuse me, by I think end of this year or end of spring, and he'll be 22, electrical engineering degree, pretty much debt free, ready to hit the workplace.
Good for him. Shout out to Geeky Anomaly, who is also Kevin in Vegas, says I just sent the thank you emails to all 3 directors. So that's what we're about here on Free Consultation Friday. We are about action. Shout out to Geeky Anomaly for taking the initiative. Let's go to the next caller. Let us go to Stephen in Palm Beach. Stephen in Palm Beach, you're on live with Free Consultation Fridays, MLB.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good.
All right. Yeah. So right now I'm 22 years old. I'm a little bit older. We're about the same age as the other guy. But so I'll give you a little bit of my background. Like, I'm 22. I'm going to flight school. I just started. I have an AA. I'm a mechanic. Like, I have that as a trade as a backup if anything happens.
Holy shit.
And I'm just trying to figure out like what's like the best way to like really begin to set up my life, because I have a really good mentor who got me into aviation, and sometimes like I'm walking around and I feel aimless, like I have friends around me, but they're friends because I've known them for so long, but sometimes like they don't hang out with me. I see them make plans and I don't even get invited, and I'm just like, fuck, like these people have been around me forever, but I don't have any other people, and I'm just like, I want to get on that grind of just like get money, but I've done that before, and I just found myself like just miserable because like, I stopped going out. I didn't hang out with anybody. Like, I just don't know like what I'm supposed to do from there, because I know I have a really good career path in front of me of either wanting to continue my father's business of mobile mechanic and going to aviation. So I know either way that I go, I'm gonna make whatever I want to make because I know I'm intelligent enough to do it. But the problem that I'm having is just like finding that like competitive edge to not fuck myself over and picking up. My bad. I'm sorry. I cursed.
That's okay. It's all right.
Not like making my life worse by picking the wrong girl or not paying back my debts, which I always pay everything back. And I'm just trying to like figure out like what do I need to do to like really like step up my life, because I'm 22. I don't drive a car I like. I live at home with my parents. Like, I can make a lot of money. I just don't know where I'm supposed to go, you know?
You want me to go, Don? Or you want?
Yeah, no, go ahead, man.
So first things first. So you said you're 22 and you know these guys your whole life, right? You're basically, this is part of growing up, right?
Yep.
So these friends that you think are your friends now, because your life is nothing. 22 is fuck all.
Yeah, dude, you're just out of diapers, bro.
Yeah, and so you know you're gonna keep on growing in one direction, and your friends who, and statistically speaking, if you're watching this kind of content and calling in, you're not a loser, right?
Nope.
And you're a guy that wants more, because there's a certain type of person that sits around and watches this type of content. You know, your other friends are like probably like watching, I don't know, fucking some trans agenda shit.
Yeah, some list and blah blah blah. The 5 greatest, whatever.
Yeah, you know, reading BuzzFeed or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
And you know, you're gonna start growing apart from them. So here's another thing, right? You said, you know, you feel like you know you're missing out on life because you're not getting to go out and stuff. Look, to get where you want to be in life requires sacrifice.
Right.
Okay. And in order to achieve your goals, you need to sacrifice. And if you don't sacrifice, your goals become the sacrifice. So you're going to sacrifice one way or another. So are you going to sacrifice the fun and the drinking and the boozing and shit right now, which is honestly the worst thing you could do?
Oh my God.
Me and Donovan can tell you that's what we did in our early 20s.
Oh my God.
When you're older like us, like me, no, listen, just don't talk. Just listen right now, okay? So when you get to like being what you consider would be older, like 30 and older, dude, if you just focus on your grind right now, go to flight school, get that fucking certification, do all the stuff that you want to do in order to get all the qualifications you need, now is the best time because your brain is the sharpest. You have the most energy. You can recover quickly. You're like a superhuman now when you're young.
Yeah,
when you get older, you start to slow down. You start to get tired. You start fucking. You're like, oh my god, like I drank 2 nights ago and I still feel like shit. It's like everything starts to slow down because you're gradually starting to die. And so use this energy and stuff now so you can get all these financial accolades under your belt so that you can use this to set up momentum for you in your 30s. So then in your 30s, you can party and go and bang a bunch of girls. Like, dude, in my 30s are the shit, bro. I'm traveling.
Real talk.
I'm traveling all over. I have money for vacations. I have multiple chicks that are interested in me. Like, dude, my life is awesome, bro. But in my 20s, I was being a dipshit, like fucking doing drugs, partying, chasing chicks, and I didn't start getting serious until I was in my 30s. So you're doing it right now. So if you're honestly, if your friends start breaking away and stuff from you, that's just it is what it is, man. That's just normal because losers and winners can't hang out together.
No,
you can't.
No, they cannot.
You cannot hang out with them. It is what it is. And that being said, you're just witnessing it at a young age, but this is a blessing in disguise. You might feel like you're the weird one or the odd one out, but in like 5 years, these guys are gonna be married to some fat bitch. They're gonna be broke. They're gonna be fat themselves. It's life is not a rose, like a walk through the roses. You know what I mean? Like if you don't take care of yourself financially, money, muscles, game, frame, dude, you're gonna be suffering. Life is gonna be hard for you.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go back to the first thing that MLD was talking about, and those are your friends. There is nothing more dangerous to a man who is red pill aware than his friends who are not. And your friends will eventually want to become your contemporaries. In other words, they will want to compete with you. And when they see that they can no longer compete with you in life, money, muscles, game, this is when they start to sabotage you. And some sabotage is underhanded, some sabotage is a little bit more overt. But there are costs to living this lifestyle. Nothing comes for free. And when I say cost, that doesn't necessarily mean money. When I say cost, this means your time, your energy, your blood, your sweat, your tears, and people you've known your whole life. Just because they've known you, just because you've known them your whole life does not mean you owe them friendship. Yeah. This doesn't mean, I'm not saying that you have to be heartless and cut everybody off, but it's inevitable that at some point they're going to cut you off. So you can either be proactive and separate yourself from them. I'm not saying call them assholes or call them names, but you're going to have to understand the more you improve your life, the less your friends are going to like you, because it really sheds a light on their own inadequacies. And Tyron in the chat says family can be the worst. Dude, he is not lying. So friends and family can be some of the biggest impediments to a man living a life of abundance and a life of dominance. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah. But I know how you guys are saying. Hello? My bad.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Like how you guys are saying, like somebody, like it's actually because of me these guys started watching like self-improvement and like red pill content. But like at the end of the day, like I know he died a couple months ago, Kevin Samuels, and recently because I started getting on the grind of going to school, working a job at night, paying stuff, paying my bills, and going to flight school 6, 7, 8 hours a day. I saw that video of Kevin Samuels the high value man commandments, and none of them mentioned about hooking up with chicks, and that's all they want to do. And it's like, and sometimes I feel like I've given them like a gift, and they just slighted it because all they want to do is they just want to go out to the club, bang a bunch of chicks, and then that's it. They just want to go to the gym and bang a bunch. I'm like, we're going nowhere. We're all working minimum wage jobs. Like we're all working in restaurants, and it's like I see. It's like I don't know. Like I'm trying to like climb the mountain, but at the same time, I feel like I'm carrying 5 other bodies with me.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it can certainly feel that way.
Welcome to being a man.
Yeah, that's just how that goes. Listen to this. Yeah, listen to this, Steven. So, Dr. B84 just sent in a $20 super chat. I appreciate that. He says, I became a doctor at 28 and spent most of my 20s in school. I am now making $375,000 a year, own a luxury car, and will soon buy a house. The sacrifices I made in my 20s gave me the lifestyle I live now. That is literally exactly what MLD just told you. Anything worth having or doing for the long run is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy staying in and studying while all your buddies are out drinking and banging chicks. But when you make those sacrifices up front, you will reap the rewards later on.
Yeah.
All right, Steven, thanks for the call. We got to move on. Listen, good call, good kid. And I'm glad that he is starting to I'm glad that he's figuring this out. And just like you said, John, if he's calling into shows like this, he's already one step ahead, right?
Bro, I was doing the same thing, man. I was obsessed, you know. I was so obsessed. I'm still obsessed with success, man.
Dude.
I have all my goals written on my refrigerator. I was writing my goals. I review my refrigerator about once a month, and I was redoing them last night. I would stay up till like 5:30 in the morning, you know, studying, watching YouTube videos. Like, even as me as like the success icon, whatever people want to look at me and say I am. I'm still deeply unsatisfied because I just feel like I could do so much more. You know what I mean?
Isn't it weird? This is so funny, man. Is that I thought after I made my first, well, I don't want to flex, but I always said to myself when I meet a certain financial threshold, that would really satisfy my sort of hunger. And we're Jerome in Canada, Rob in Arizona. You guys are up next. But what I found is that the more money I make, the more money I want to make. It's the wackiest thing. I've made more money in the past 3 years than I've ever made in my entire life. And I want more. I don't know. I can't really explain that.
You ever met Justin Waller?
Oh yes. Justin Waller was at the CME and I was on a panel with him on Fresh and Fit. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Justin, he said something that makes a lot of sense. He's like, you don't realize how broke you are until you make your first million.
Yeah.
You know?
Ain't that the truth, man? He is absolutely right.
And it's not even like an attempt at flexing or whatever. It's just like,
that's just how it is, man. You're like, dude,
yeah,
I cannot believe there was a time that it's like, I can't believe that there was a time I didn't have enough money in my bank account not to go off and buy a $35,000 brand new vehicle if I wanted to. Like, I can't really imagine not being able to do that. Eric Adjay says, question, what is your explanation on tricking? Tricking is very simple. Tricking is giving your time, energy, attention, and money to women who do not deserve it. That's it. I give Devin my time, energy, attention, and money because she has earned my team. That's really all there is to it. Let's go to the next caller. Let us go to Jerome in Canada. Jerome in Canada, you're on live with Donovan and MLD for free consultation Fridays. Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
I was actually introduced to your channel after, going through a little breakup and some relationship stuff. And basically, I'm 28, truck driver. And I got into a relationship with this girl that I met not too long ago. And basically, we hooked up, got into a relationship very quickly, I would say about 3 months. And when we got into the relationship, everything was going smooth and whatnot. And she was out of town, out of my area where she lived.
Uh-oh.
So I went to go stay with her for a bit and whatnot. Then we got into a bit of trouble. And this kind of trouble here basically separated us. And when I spoke to her next, she gave me news that she was pregnant. And this would be my first child.
Okay.
So basically after that, when I got up, close to her and we were able to speak and, talk about the situation, she ended up telling me, things were kind of going rough from the time that I didn't see her. And I come to find out she was sleeping with one of my family members.
Oh my God. Now why was she, so where were you? So this is one of your family members. Where were you were you out on the road when she was sleeping with one of your family members?
No, remember I said we got into a bit of trouble. It was a little situation where it was a misunderstanding.
Okay, was it legal trouble? Like, did you?
I got locked.
Yeah, you got locked up.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so basically that's when she told me the news.
Okay.
At first, I was thinking in my head, maybe, you know, she's just saying that, you know what I mean, because I'm not there. But come to find out, like, that is the case. But the situation is, I don't know if it could be mine or my cousin, right, the family member.
Wow. Jesus
and like
Christ.
I said, I got introduced to your channel due to this relationship situation where it's like, you know, I felt bad, you know, disappointed, betrayed. So I'm going on, you know, I'm just looking through different channels, and I got introduced to your channel, and I've been watching it ever since, looking at your shorts and everything. And a lot of it relates to the situation that literally just happened.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm just
Yeah,
so I'm just looking for some advice on.
Yeah. This the advice here is simple. Have a you need to get a DNA test, man. I think that's pretty obvious. Get a DNA test to make sure that the kid is yours. If the DNA test is if it's not yours, my advice, and you need to do this, just cut her off, dude. You need to cut off all contact. This woman violated you in the worst way. Okay, so you were locked up and in jail. It happens, right? Did she ever tell you while you were in, and don't be ashamed about being in jail, dude. I've been to jail plenty of times. It is what it is. But did she ever have the official conversation with you? Hey, Jerome, things aren't working out. I'm going to start seeing other people. Or did she lead you to believe that you guys were still in a relationship when she was sleeping with your cousin?
She led me to believe, because while I was in there speaking to her the whole time, everything was, you know, peaches and cream.
Yeah.
And then when I got released, you know, and it was a surprise, so maybe she was even shocked herself, right? And that's when she broke the news. You know, the news, the energy changed a little bit. You know,
the energy changed.
Maybe I spoiled some sort of fun. I'm not sure, but this is what I was told. So in my eyes, like you know, I might have to even move closer to her for work or something. If it's mine, like you said.
Okay.
Or if it's not mine, whatever it is.
This girl's gone, bro. This girl's donezo. This girl is out. No matter what, even if that kid is yours, bro. This chick she's done. Like she
had unprotected sex with another man and happened to get pregnant.
She's done.
That's it, man.
That's a disgusting human, bro. That's a disgusting person with no integrity. You bring some kind of dirty vagabond like that into your life, and it's just going to be like a cancer in your life forever. She's, you know, it's funny. You know, there's even in Japanese, right? There's this old saying, and they say there's two types of pussy, right? There's agemon and sagemon, right? Agemon is the pussy that gives you energy, gives you life, adds to your fucking life.
Love it.
Sagemon is the pussy that takes away from you, takes energy, drains you. This is in Japanese culture, okay? Wow. This is across the globe. And this bitch has got the fucking pussy that takes energy away from you, man. So that you'll be dragging that devil around with you for the rest of your life. And she's just going to fucking retard your growth and retard everything around you by her being attached to you. She is a cancer. Get rid of that chick immediately.
I agree.
So if it's mine, either way, it's still get rid of her and just deal with the kid, like co-parent type of thing.
That's it. 100%, man. 100%. Yeah, she cannot be trusted. Even if it's your kid, she cannot be trusted. And a lot of people, especially women, they might say, well, he went to jail. What was she supposed to do? Break up with him. But as you told us, Jerome, while you were in jail, she led you to believe that you guys everything was fine and dandy. Let me ask you this question here. And you can be honest, we're not going to judge you, because trust me, I've got worse simping stories than this. But did you imply to her while you were in jail that you don't want to break up? Did you try to hold on to the relationship? Or did you let her know, hey, look, I'm in jail. You got to do what you got to do? Because something tells me that, because when you're in jail, it can be very isolating. And if you're seeing someone, the feelings that you're feeling while you're locked up and isolated from the world, you might feel that you are drawn closer to a woman that you're dating. I've had this feeling many times. And so when that happens, you want to hang on to that person because it's the only familiar emotional connection you have outside of jail. So was that the case with you? Is that why she led you to believe that things were still okay when they weren't?
I believe that's right on right there, because all the conversations seemed pretty cool, and there was no hostility or nothing like that.
Yeah. And you're 28, correct?
Right.
Yay. Look, congratulations. You found this community a lot sooner than I did. And look, man, this might be a stumbling block in life, but dude, thank your lucky stars that you haven't married her or that you don't live with her. Otherwise, this would really turn your life upside down. I agree with John. Whether the kid is yours or not, cut her off. Do the responsible thing, co-parent, make sure the kid is supported financially, but then you also need to make sure you get and I'm not a lawyer, but you're on the road a lot. I don't know how the custody thing would happen, but whatever the case may be, you cannot be in a relationship outside of co-parenting with this woman, whether this kid is yours or not. That's the bottom line. Otherwise, she's going to bring you down, man.
For real. I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right there. Because I like I said, I found this channel due to these type of this situation, and man, I'm grateful that I found it, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Grateful.
Jerome in Canada. Listen, man, I hate it for you, but I'm glad you were able to find this channel here. Let us go to Rob in Arizona.
John, in Arizona. Quick bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Rob in Arizona, you're on live with Donovan and MLD. Go ahead. Rob in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. No problem, man. What you got?
Okay, two-part question. Also, thank you for all that you and John do. I've been in John and Charlie's crypto mindset course.
Do me a favor, Rob. If you have us on speaker, take it off speaker because you're coming in real muffled. It sounds like you're in a closet hiding out from someone who's trying to kill you.
Okay. Hold on.
I mean, if you need to hang up with me and call 911, there we go. Okay, I was going to say, if you need to hang up with me and call 911, I'm not mad at you.
There we go. That should be a little bit better.
Yep, that's much better. Go ahead. That's okay. Start over again.
Okay. Two things. Thank you for what you and John do.
Of course.
I've been in his Charlie's crypto mindset, life-changing money there.
Oh, good.
Just short and succinct. How would you guys go about running like club game? Because I had just moved recently across the country.
Okay.
And I'm in a position where when I go to the club, I always have like tables available to me, like free booze and liquor.
Okay.
Because a bunch of my good buddies here, they own clubs out, so I don't ever have to pay for a table. So Perfect. I have free booze available. My issue comes across is I'm having a hard time distinguishing between like genuine burning desire and like table vultures, girls that are just trying to get free booze. I've successfully pulled girls from the table, but right now my numbers I'm going like 1 for 4 when I'm talking to girls at the table. That's not bad, but I'd like to see if there's ways to kind of improve those odds. And I wanted to get like your opinion because you were living in the Devil's Playground in Vegas, and then John, I know he had been a promoter for a while too, so I'd like to kind of get expert opinion on that.
Yeah, so I don't know that you caught the whole thing, John, but this guy has many connections in the nightclub life. His buddies, anytime he goes to the club, he doesn't have to pay. He gets tables, and he's having trouble distinguishing the difference between table vultures, basically girls who come over just to get free drinks, or genuine desire. I wish I could answer this question, but I can't advise on something I don't know anything about. I've been invited to tables before, but I've never bought a table at a club. So what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, the thing is, girls who go to club are not like men who go to clubs. Men who go to club for one reason only.
To get fucked.
To fucking have sex.
That's right.
Get some pussy. Girls go there for girls' night out. Girls go there to make their boyfriends jealous. Some girls go there to cheat. Other girls just want to have fucking drinks and be like, with their girlfriends because that's what they like to do, So it's in your best interest. I mean, how old are you, kid?
Me, I'm old, man. I'm 29, so mine is like.
Bro, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
This guy is like,
I'm
this
old.
dude is like, I'm
29.
old. I'm 20. Jesus fucking Christ. What I wouldn't give to be 29 years old.
Oh my god. I would give all my money and all my wealth to be 29 again. I would
Oh
give
my God.
everything
Can you
away.
fucking, oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ.
Have
But
my
go ahead,
thing.
go ahead.
But here's the deal, right?
That's funny.
This is what you do. You just got to treat them all as potential clients, and you screen them, and you fucking, hey, like, you basically holler at her. Don't give her a drink. Don't give her nothing. Chat with her. See what she's all about. See if you're vibing with her. Get her Instagram. Get her number, and then it's just a numbers game after that. Following up. That's all it is, right there.
Okay.
You
Now-
like don't you're getting too emotionally attached to the outcome. You got to just look at this, like, bro. You got to look at all girls the same initially. You gotta be like, look, I'm just trying to fuck. You know, it
that's
don't no matter you're black, white, brunette, Asian, blonde, whatever fucking case may be.
What's up?
You know, who's fucking tonight? You know,
Right, exactly. Like who's fucking? Who's fucking?
Yeah.
If y'all are fucking come to my table.
And so what you need to do is just treat them all the same. Get all the numbers, get all the Instagrams, and you got to start using this as an opportunity to number farm and Instagram farm. And you start building your own like social community around this atmosphere of you going out to clubs. But this should not be your only avenue for getting girls. I always tell guys, you know, you got to be on dating apps. You got to be doing day game. You got to be doing night game. You got to be doing social circle game. Like getting pussy is a full-time job, but it's worth it because you got to get this shit out of your system. Because next thing you know, you're gonna be like Rob in LA paying $5,000 to your wife.
Oh fucking hell! Oh Rob.
Rob paying $5,000 a month to his wife to fucking who didn't want to have sex with him anymore. And it was claiming she has some genetic disease.
Yeah,
of
genetic cell. Oh my God. So Back Zud says Myron said to get 2 wingmen, 1 to get girls, 1 to protect the alcohol. I like that. Here's another game trick for you here, Rob. No matter whether or not you think that they're table vultures or they actually are trying to fuck, what you need to do is you need to make sure you're getting pictures with all of them. So if a girl comes up and says, hey, can I sit at your table? Well, on one condition. Well, what's the condition? Take a picture with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if you always have tables, you're going to have girls coming by. Well, guess what? Now you put those pictures of you and these girls at the club, at the table on Instagram. That's going to increase your sexual market. Oh, this guy gets into clubs. He's a club promoter. He's got pretty girls, et cetera, et cetera. So if the girls are going to try to use you for drinks, use them for clout. Use them for pre-selection. That I would not. From now on, Rob, your rule is that I'm not letting any bitch sit at a table unless I get a picture with her first. If she doesn't want it to, and if some bitch says, well, let me sit down and I'll take the picture. Sorry, sweetie, doesn't work that way. Off with you now. You make sure you get that fucking picture before they sit down. And if they want to drink, that this is where the 2 wingmen comes into play. If they want to drink, then maybe you need to put another condition in there. You always have to make these girls work for anything that you have to offer. If you just let them sit down and drink free drinks just because they're pretty, this is why girls are walking away. That's just how it works.
Okay. Well, if it goes like if you treat them like a fan, if you treat them like an idol, they'll treat you like a fan.
That's all right. That's right. If we want to go aristocratic, if you treat them like queens, they will treat you like a jester. If you treat her like a concubine, she'll treat you like a king. Do not treat these bitches with any respect until they give you reason to. And what's the definition of respect? Following instructions. You want to sit down? I need a picture. You want to sip of alcohol? I need a little bit more. Or if you want alcohol, you want a drink? Tell you what, go get one of your girlfriends. And if she looks as good as or better than you, then yeah, I'll front you guys a drink. Then when the other girl gets there and she says, my girl Sally says you want to say, you know the rules. You got to take a picture with me. And then you take a picture with the both of them. So now you've got 3 pictures. You've got one with girl number 1, one with girl number 2, and one with the both of them. Now they can sit at your table and now they can drink. Now that you've gotten what you wanted out of them, you can break them off with a drink. That's what I'll do. That's what I would do if I were you.
If they want some blow, they got to blow you in the bathroom.
Real talk. If you want some blow, you got to blow. That's just that's just how that goes. Those are the rules. Thanks for the call, Rob. We appreciate it, man.
Oh man.
All right, there you go.
This guy said, I'm an old guy. I'm 29. Oh
my God.
Dude,
That's hilarious.
you know what's interesting, John, and we're going to get to Henry in Alabama, Tony in Houston, and Carlos in New Jersey here shortly. Sometimes I think to myself, I'm glad I didn't have the level of awareness in game that I have now, because when men truly understand how to fuck women when we're young, we use it to our advantage. But because we're young, we don't understand all of the nuances, all of the peripheral issues that could come of having a multiple girl rotation, such as paternity suits, STDs, having illegitimate children. It would have been nice. We always say, if I knew then what I know now, okay, but I was too young and stupid to be able to handle this kind of game. If I had this kind of game at 21, dude, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, man. I'd be in court somewhere paying back child support for the fucking 16 illegitimate kids I fathered all through my 20s. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right.
Dude, incredible. Okay, let us go to Henry in Alabama. Henry in Alabama, you're on live with Donovan and MLD on Free Consultation Fridays. What's your question?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing, man?
Doing good, man.
Good. Listen, I got a situation. I'm trying not to be long-winded. So occupational question. All right, so y'all gotta follow me. Worked in healthcare for 17 years, right?
Okay.
Left before the holidays last year, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Start cutting hair, got my barbering license, cutting hair.
Good for you, man.
That, you know, thank you, appreciate it. And started doing that, and I just didn't fit in, all right? I'm cut kind of different.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Not to be not to sound arrogant. There's nothing like that.
It's all good, Henry. Hey, look, Henry. Listen, man. If you're a unicorn, say I'm a fucking unicorn. And them niggas couldn't handle me. Fuck.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man.
Of course.
But yeah. So I start cutting, doing house calls, right? And fast forward, I started just getting burnt out, man. It's just the crowd wasn't for me. Right, so I took a job in a warehouse. I can't call it in because this world we're now is international.
It's all good,
and I don't want to, call it. Yeah. So fast forward, I was cutting the guy's hair that I was working with, who helped me get into this warehouse.
Okay.
We got into it, right, and I'm going somewhere with this, right. We got into it. He wanted me to cut his hair on a day or a time that I couldn't do it. When I agreed, I thought I could do it, but I couldn't. And then once the date came, I was like, dang, I ain't gonna be able to do it because I got responsibilities with my son. And I just couldn't do it at that time. I can do it, but I just couldn't do it at that time. So he gets mad, and he's a friend. Like I said, he helped me get on at the job.
Yeah. So
long story short, went outside to talk to him. I was on the clock. Keep that in mind. On the clock. Went outside. And just to talk to him, because like I said, was a friend. I mean, we've been friends for dang near a year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we just been rapping back and forth. Still pulls a gun out on me. And yeah, I was like baffled, taken aback.
This dude, wait, hold on. Just let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. I'm going to try not to use the word, but this dude drew down on you at the job over a haircut?
Bruh, let me tell you something.
Oh my God.
Real talk. And wait a minute, I haven't got to the meat and potatoes yet.
Oh my God.
This dude pulled his gun out, put it in on his gear shift. He told me I shoot first, ask questions later. Now I've been in this man's house. I've cut his hair, cut his son's hair, met his wife, held his baby. So I mean, good grief, bro. I mean, like, you can't get no closer than that.
Hell no.
So as you can see, I'm straight edge, man. I mean, I don't even.
Hey, bro, listen, we don't need to hear anymore, man. Get out. Get away from that guy.
Yeah. Dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see, this is.
And look, bro, let me just tell you guys something, bro. This is gonna sound bad, but it is not. Like, all this hood shit, all this fucking gangster shit, this urban lifestyle, there's no net positive to being around that shit.
No, ever.
There's no net positive around being around that shit. Okay, I grew up in the fucking hood. I grew up ghetto as shit. All right, that shit is cancer. You got to get the way. Those people are fucking losers. They're cancer to society. and being around them is going to drag you out. If any of my friends had the audacity to fucking pull a gun on me, bro, I would do everything within my power to put that motherfucker in prison for the rest of his life. For him, I would not even give a shit. I would have him rot away in a fucking cell. No way is anybody gonna pull a fucking gun on me after claiming to be my friend.
Yeah, let's call it a blicky.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
The thing is, yeah, I 110% agree. But this is the kicker, right? I reported it. I was just like, I went back to work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got into it, we talked. Wait a minute, we went back to work. Yeah, straight up. Watch this. Went back to work. He left. He was at the end of his shift. He was off the clock. He was in his shift. Went back to work, and it just as the night progressed, I was like, it was just weighing on me. So I said something about it. That was a week and a half ago, and they suspended me, and I'm still suspended to this day.
What?
Right now.
What did they suspend you for?
For what? Because I was on the clock outside talking to him. I shit you not.
Is he suspended?
I didn't, and that's the Jeopardy question of the day. I do not know. They say they haven't heard from him, but I think it's bullshit. Excuse my French.
Sure.
But excuse me, Donovan. I'm
that's
not
right.
disrespecting.
No, it's all good. I'm with you.
But I think that's BS. I think they're playing, they running games. So, but just to sum it all up, this is the situation. I made good money at this warehouse, but I gotta.
Can you define good money? Who makes good money at a warehouse?
Well, he is in Alabama, so that's
okay. It's different. Well, the way they pay is way different. But I got a real estate license as well, so I'm moving in that direction right now. But the thing is, they keep keeping me abreast of what's going on with this investigation. The reason why I'm calling y'all, I don't have a wolf pack, and I don't know, even if they tell me, Henry, come back, I don't know if I want to come back because, like I said, I'm going.
How old are you, buddy?
39.
Oh yeah, get the fuck out of there. No, you can't go back. Man.
Listen, man, I'm going to call you out. It seems to me you're like a little bit excited by this drama. Okay, you seem like this is kind of like
no, I'm not. I was no.
Yeah, he got a blicky pulled on him. Yeah. He got a blicky pulled on him, man.
Yeah, I'm not excited, bro. I've been married for 19 years. I got 2 kids. My son is on his way for a ride at UA.
Oh wow,
I'm not excited by that shit.
Okay,
I'm not really. I'm just trying. Honestly, the reason why I'm in this situation because I was drinking myself to death when I was in healthcare. Remember early on in the story, I was working in healthcare for 17 years. And towards the end of my quote unquote career, literally I got so depressed and so stressed out, I had to get away from it, right? Because I was just drinking. I was literally, before I even left the parking deck, I already had a sample bottle of Jack Daniels already ready.
Okay.
Yeah, it got that bad. You get tired of seeing people getting shot and stabbed and stuff like that.
Sure.
So no, I'm not entertained by that. I mean, I didn't get offended, nothing like that. Trust me, I didn't get offended.
All right.
But I've seen the other hat on the other side of people getting shot, people getting stabbed. No, I'm not entertained by that. But the thing is, I was just looking at the money. That's all.
Yeah, that's not worth it, man. Listen, I mean, honestly, I don't care how much money you made at that warehouse. This dude pulled a blicky out on you because you could not cut his hair. Yeah, that's like, dude, this is why. And Henry, you got to get that wherever you are, man. And I know you've got a wife and kids, man, but you got to separate yourself from that kind of nonsense because it doesn't make any sense for him to react like that for a haircut. Yeah. And what this also shows me is this is the way niggas operate. Niggas think that if they give you an opportunity, then you owe them, right? Well, I put you on, I gave you an opportunity, so you owe me. Like, that's what it was. Never mind the fact that you had cut and trimmed up his hair a few times before. You failed one time to meet his demands, and this dude pulled a blicky on you. That dude was never, ever your friend. There are people that I have dealt with in this community who I thought were my friends. They were never my friends to begin with. This is one of those situations, Henry. You need to separate yourself from that situation, man. I got to move on to the next caller. Man, oh man, what dude, are you kidding me with this? Dude, oh my God. I swear to God, man. And I'm telling you, this is why I don't deal with niggas. This is why I don't deal with niggas, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. This is why we don't do it.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
that's what I was saying, bro. Like, look, because I meet a lot of like there's a guy in my community. This guy's a superstar. Okay, he calls himself P Dubs. And when he came to me, he's a Latino guy, and he was cutting hair in New York, right? New York and New Jersey. And I was just telling him,
same thing.
yeah, you know, and he was like, you know, he was part of that fucking hood shit. And I was just like, listen, bro, you got 2 children, right? You're in your early 30s. You're cutting hair and you're onto this fucking hood shit. I was like, this is what you want to do for the rest of your fucking life? You just want to be that ghetto Spanish guy? Because this is how people look at you when you talk like that.
Yeah.
You're that ghetto black guy. You're that ghetto Spanish guy. You're that ghetto fucking idiot that nobody wants to be around and everybody wants to fucking avoid. And we had a long talk. He joined the Masculine Empowerment Network. Now he is installing solar panels 2 years later. He's making anywhere between $50 to $85 an hour.
Woo,
and he's part of a union to top it off. He has health insurance. Both of his children are taken care of. And he's dropped that that stupid crap. He's also invested. He made some investments in Ethereum earlier on when he was like, you know, very in the hundreds. And he has investments moving now. And he's doing so much better. He has too much work now. He worked 40 hours a week and they wanted to work overtime because there he is right there.
Yeah.
That's my boy. That's my boy. You know, and I love this guy because he came to me too, and he was kind of like, you know, he had a little bit of a complex. He's like, I don't know, man. You know, I see all these white boys in here and kind of shit. Like, can I do this? I was like, bro,
of course you can.
Doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian. Like, effort is the great equalizer, and he did it, and he's turned his life around. That's one of the coolest people in my community, and I love that guy. He's just one of thousands who've turned their fucking lives around, you know. But you got to get away from those people. Are a liability, bro. Those people, you know, if they bring drugs around you, if they have, you know, charges around you, you don't know if the car is stolen. Like,
oh my God,
a gun out on somebody, bro. That is not okay. Like, it's not okay.
Over a haircut. Like, this is the way niggas are, man. Dude, but I'm gonna tell you what, P Dubs, it all started with him getting the fuck out of the goddamn hood, man. You got to get away from that, man. You got to get away from that. Let us go to Tony in Houston. We have a couple more calls here. Tony in Houston, you're on live with Donovan and MLD. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I'm very happy to be on here. I'm probably going to be the oldest person to call you today. I'm 66 years old.
Oh, wow. Good stuff, man.
And I'm a black man now. I'm a survivor. That's what I am. I retire officially next Tuesday.
Oh, good. Good for
but
you,
I'll
man.
be brief. I know you have somebody else on the line. I've tuned in by happenstance, and I don't personally know your guest, but I've been listening to him the last few calls, and he is right on point. He is excellent. My advice to young men today is all young men today have the same 3 problems that we had back in the early 1970s, only we didn't have the technology you have to alert us to what is going on then that you have today. First of all, stay away from these women. These young women if you stay away from these women, they will wreck your life.
Right. Yes, the fuck they will.
If you get one pregnant,
it's over.
You're going to jail. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. You're going to get locked up at some point for child support. Doesn't matter how long it takes. 5 years, 10, you're going to jail. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I agree with the last caller. You got to leave the hood.
Yep.
You got to get out of the hood. I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Wow.
I left in 1987. I was born and raised there. I left my family, left everything because I didn't want to get killed going to the store. And I wouldn't go back to Detroit if you bought me a plane ticket.
Shit.
You got to get out of the neighborhoods, wherever you live, whatever city. You've got to leave. If you don't, you're going to get killed. Period. The third thing is that the United States is broke. This country is bankrupt. You need to stack your resources and your money.
Yep.
You need to focus on making sure that your life will be comfortable when the crash happens. That's what you have to do. You have to eliminate risk as much as possible.
Sure.
And you have to be ready. Because in my day, when I was a young man, 22, 23, 24, 25, if you messed up, you could get a second chance. You could even get a third chance. But today, if you mess up today, that's it.
Tony, thanks for calling in, man. Listen, sage advice: stay away from these women. As soon as you get a woman pregnant, you going to jail. Second to the last caller, let us go to Carlos in New Jersey. Carlos in New Jersey, you're on live with Donovan and MLD. Go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My question was essentially boiled down to this. It was like, so I'm 20 years old, and I've been watching your content for a few months now, along with other people in the sphere, and like it's kind of been like a wake up call, a bit of a like aha moment.
Okay.
This is like, you know, kind of pushing me in the right direction, and I really appreciate it. And just the thing is, I feel like I can't put any of this into action, at least practically cool, because, well, one, I'm 20, right? Well, not because of that, but
Sure.
I'm 20 years old right now, and I'm a product of a single mother household, and I'm actually the youngest out of 3 other siblings and some half siblings, but it's like I'm having the pseudo, what Kevin Samuels used to say was like a you know, son is, you know, the pseudo husband, or
Yeah,
like,
son. Yeah, it's called the
Rick
son's.
Adams, something like that.
Yeah, son's bend. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got that like on like not like, I guess not rough as some other people, but it's like, you know, I couldn't, like, I just have to like capitulate to her the whole time.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you know, I couldn't, when I was 16, there was a problem with insurance, because we're not wealthy by any means.
Sure.
Problem with insurance, so I couldn't get my driver's license, and then so I, you know, bumped over that part of my life, and
Jesus.
you know, I'm not having a good full-time job, and she requires me to go to school full-time, because that's something with Section 8, because if I register as a full-time student, then
you get free
we get
housing.
the benefits from that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Your mom's in section. Your mom's in Section 8 housing.
Yes.
So his mother. So your mother is on Section 8 housing, and you're an only child, correct, Carlos?
No, I have 2 older brothers and an older sister.
Oh, so you're the only. Okay, right, and they're all out of the house, correct?
Yeah, they're like over 5 years. Each of them are over 5 years old.
Okay. Listen, I'll let you finish your story, but here's one thing I can guarantee you that I know about your mother. You are her retirement plan, Carlos. Okay. Your mother is your mother. You are your mother's retirement plan. Your mother is very fortunate that she has 4 children. One of them is going to have to take care of her. I'm in that exact same situation. I am the oldest of 5. My mother did us dirty when we were kids. Anyone who's listened to me for any number of time, any amount of years, y'all know my mom was an excellent mother when we were toddlers. And but as soon as we hit double digits, my mom acted selfishly. She acted wantonly. And there's a big time rift between me and both of my parents. Everything that my mother accused my father of doing, she was indeed guilty of herself. Your father's selfish, Alex. He's this, he's that. My mother, Mama Sharp, she was as selfish a human being as you could ever imagine. And so what I had to realize is that and my dude, and who knows, she might be watching right now. I had to block my mom's number a couple weeks ago. I had to block her number because she kept asking me for money. And I'm just not, and could I let her borrow the money? Of course. I'm not fucking gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. So it became clear to me that my mother is really going to rely on all 5 of us as her retirement plan. I'm not going to be a part of it. There is one of us, and we all sort of sneak tip know who's going to be the person to take care of my mother when she can't take care of herself. I know for goddamn sure it's not going to be me. So the fact that your mother is using you for free housing. She wants you to go to school full time, not to get your education, but so that she can continue to qualify for Section 8. Do you understand the selfishness? Do you understand the way your mother is selfishly moving right now?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I feel like what I want to do is I want to move out. I don't really like school. I don't find anything interesting or something that I could commit to. Not necessarily a passion, because I know there's a lot of sayings like, don't follow your passion, follow what makes money.
That's goddamn right. Right. Yeah. Make money and then follow your passion.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I'm kind of rudderless like that. I never had any kind of into anything or any kind of network. I know I had friends that were just like, oh, they tell me something like, oh, my father had a construction company. So then I started working there when I was 16 and then it blossomed from there. And everybody has 2-parent households and something nice, at least from my friend group.
MLD,
I literally have no idea.
Listen, I mean, that's what we've been talking about the last 2 days, the Masculine Empowerment Network.
Like, what we need, man.
To get in, like, for all you guys that say you're rudderless, you don't know where to go, like, that's what the community is there for. That's what we're doing. We're here to lift you guys up and give you answers to the problems that you have in your life. I mean, it really is just that simple.
Yeah. So bottom line is, I don't want to be the bad guy and drop this nuclear bomb of drama and all this stuff.
Check this out, Carlos. I know exactly what you're going through, and I'm going to tell you right now. You don't know your mother's shit. You don't know her shit. Don't let her listen, man. Just because you were born to somebody does not mean you owe her. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, your mother gave you life, but your father helped to give you life. That's the first thing. Number 2, when you were conceived, I'm willing to bet any amount of money that matters to me that the purpose of her sexual intercourse was not to conceive you. So, and a lot of mothers act like this with their children. Well, when I laid down and had sex with your father, the intent was to get pregnant with you. No, the intent was to get off. She just so happened to get pregnant. You are the product of her pleasure. That's the way this thing goes. You don't owe your mother shit. I don't get, dude. And guess what, Carlos? She is not going to make it easy. She's going to say, I'm your mother, and I can't believe you're doing this to me. I gave you life, blah, 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 blah. Bruh, it's going to be hard. Dude, ignore that shit. Your mother is going to try. I'm telling you, your mother is going to do her level best to keep you under her roof. And if you let her do that, your life is over. You got to get the fuck out of there, man. You have to. Do not let your mother guilt you into indirectly supporting her. Fuck that.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for taking my call.
Okay, no problem. Man, Carlos, I'll tell you what, dude. That hits home for me, man. That hits home for me for sure. Okay, let's last caller of the day. Let's go to Levi in Chicago. Levi in Chicago, you're on live with Donovan and MLD. Go ahead.
Donovan, love it. Thanks for having me, sir. Appreciate you.
Of course.
Hey, so I wanted to share, I've been listening to you in Modern Life Dating for a couple of years now. I'd say 3 years. And I got to tell you, turn my life around. Turn my life around. Identifying all the concepts that you put forward and how do I apply each individual ones to my life, the ones that fit me, and it's worked out so much for the better. I got to tell you. Maybe should we share a couple of the concepts?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I think one is just be on your grind. Is self-improvement. Get in the gym. You have an incredible transformation story on getting to the gym, being the best version of yourself. And that attracts, one, more professional success because you feel better about yourself. You get on your money, you start saving up, and then it also that instills confidence in you, and then you start gaining attraction from women when it just sideways, like you're not even trying, but you happen to you don't have time to make dinner, you go out to a bar, and then all of a sudden you're getting looks. Women are putting themselves in your space and you have the confidence from your workouts and your professional success.
There you go.
You know, to close those situations.
It bleeds over.
Yeah. Another thing too that's awesome is with Modern Life Dating. I know he's I haven't watched as much of his material, but he's overseas, right? He's in Asia.
Yeah. It's in Tokyo.
All right. So there's this huge thing that I don't know. I would love to hear the story of how MLD got over to Asia and how he anchored in and set up a fortress and a profession and a career over there to survive. But you know, it's challenging to move from the States to Asia, but I've had a lot of friends that do it. And a lot of the ways that someone do it is using the GI Bill to go to school over there.
So I'll tell you what, I'll listen.
So
I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll let MLD, and MLD. We've had this conversation before, an extensive conversation. But yeah, if you could give Levi in Chicago sort of the Reader's Digest version on how you went from, you know, being broke and rudderless in Florida to where you are now, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, well, I was not like broke and rudderless in Florida. I knew what I wanted to do. I just knew that I just saw the writing on the wall with America. I knew the kind of like shithole America is now was coming in 2012. And so I just got out. So, dude, you're overcomplicating it. You don't need a GI Bill. I had a job and $2,500 cash in my pocket, and I came over here on a one-way ticket, and I made it happen. You know, you guys, a lot of you guys want the perfect plan and the perfect this and a perfect that and safety, safety, safety. Like that's what women want, you know,
right.
A little bit of uncertainty and a little bit of suffering is going to turn you into a hardened animal that no degree can give you, that no course can teach you. None of that, you know. Stop being afraid. Stop wanting the perfect path. Sometimes you got to shoot first and then ask questions later, you know. You got to pull the trigger and then aim sometimes later. You know what I mean? You just got to make the jump.
So you have accepted the truth.
The thing is, thanks for subscribing.
I fucking love this shit, dude.
You know, but the thing is, the whole like wanting the perfect plan, the perfect path, like that's not what successful people do. Successful people know success loves speed. You got to take quick action, quick decisive action, and make it happen. That's what you got to do.
Levi, you there?
I appreciate it. And one of the things, so like I started watching Donovan when I was at rock bottom, right? And this is why I'm such like a huge supporter, because he helped me get like totally do a rebuild on my life.
Good.
And I was at a low of lows. Finished a relationship that we thought was going to end up in a marriage, but you know, it obviously was going to be run by my potential spouse and the mother-in-law.
Oh God!
And
that's the worst.
You know, they weren't going to be my children; they were going to be my mother-in-law's grandchildren.
Oh,
and she's deciding where they're going to school. She's giving us a down payment to live in the same suburb that they're living in. And then I know all the strings that come with that, right? It's control.
Yes. 100%, man. 100%.
And so I got out of that situation, thank God. But then went off the deep end again and had to build back better and be a better version of myself. So I wanted to say thank you so much, Donovan. You helped me out a lot. Modern Life Dating, I'm gonna check in on more of your content so I can get up to speed on the overseas thing. But one thing I wanna give, you know, I was listening to the previous caller, and I kind of come from a similar situation where you're like your dad's running your own thing, and you think you can kind of like build underneath or build support in that business, and it's like, bro, like I ran out. Break off of that, go do your own thing. That's how Daddy's going to respect you. Like, because he did it, he built his own castle, and people that build their own castle only respect other people that build their own castle.
Whew, wow, very well said.
So, yeah, so I would recommend just going and doing your own thing. It's hard to find. I had to like, you know, in this quest for self-improvement and in this community, I had to find and focus on, and this is something that Donovan has spoken about before, is do what you're good at.
Yes.
Identify what are you naturally good at and run that.
There you go. That's 100%. I mean, a lot of guys, and Rich Cooper talks about this a lot too. Guys like, well, I want to follow my passion. No, follow the money and then follow your passion. I'll give you the last word, Levi.
Listen and consume. Do not try to embody what other people do. Don't live for other people's approval. Do your own thing. Focus on what your own skills are. Develop them to be as strong as possible. And stay strong. And most importantly, stay positive. That's all I got.
Levi, thank you for your time, my friend. Hope to hear from you soon. Levi in Chicago, dropping the knowledge. Salt Daddy, this is interesting, says it's a gift not to be given a silver spoon. I totally agree. Silver spoon is both a blessing and a curse. John, final thoughts on today's consultation calls. These are some pretty good calls, man.
I just want to tell everybody that you are just a really great person behind the scenes still. Donovan, you're the man. You really are a great guy.
Well,
Appreciate you for, giving me this opportunity to help out these people.
Of course.
And, I look forward to continuing to work with you. I mean, you're a great guy. I think you get a lot of bullshit that's not necessarily due to you. And, you're just like, you're like one of the unsung heroes out here because, I don't think people realize how much you give behind the scenes and how much of like a good hearted person you kind of have, like this, reputation of being an asshole, but it's like the complete opposite. You're looking really, really like sweetheart in a good way. You know what I mean? In a good way behind the scenes. You're a great guy. You're a stand-up man.
Gonna ruin my reputation here.
But I'm happy, man. I'm just content. I'm so happy with what I'm being able to do with my life because I'm able to help people. And this is like, I show up and I live stream more than anybody in the manosphere.
Yes.
In regards to, actually take it back. I think Coach Greg Adams, I recently found out he goes twice a day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he goes hard. He goes hard, man.
He does that. But I'm definitely, very, very up there in regards to being interacting with my chat, doing the call-ins. Like, I think I'm the most hands-on with coaching than anybody.
100%. No doubt. No doubt.
And, this is just what I'm called to do. I have peace in my heart. I know I'm supposed to do this, and I'm just working my hardest to be as best as possible. And I just want to keep on doing this for you guys at home. So I just want to let you guys know at home, like, you're not alone. Like, we're on this journey with you. Like, I'll just speak for myself. I'm not like, I think everybody's in the world's watching Andrew Tate right now, and I think he's doing a great thing. But like I'm just like you. I'm not like Mr. Perfect like Andrew Tate. Like, I have my insecurities. I have my issues that I'm going through. I have my struggles. I have the problems that I'm working through behind the scenes. I'm just trying to do my best. I do feel like sometimes my friends are doing better than me, and I'm just like you at home. And so I just want to let you guys know, like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Keep pushing, keep going. Because when you take your foot off the gas, especially if you're the kind of guy watching this kind of content, you'll always regret taking your foot off the gas. You'll always regret letting your guard down. Like, you got to stay vigilant. You got to make it a lifestyle. Keep pushing forward. Money, muscles, game, frame to the end of the world and to the end of your life.
That's right.
And that's the way to live. That's all I can say.
Real quick, before we end this thing, the guy who called in from Phoenix with the nightclub issue, Myron and Fresh do a call-in show every Friday, and those guys are the club aces. So if you didn't get what you if you want a little bit more dimension and a little bit more depth and advice on what to do, distinguishing the difference between genuine desire and table vultures, I would highly recommend calling them, because those dudes absolutely have it. They've got that down. Right. John, thank you so much for making time for us today. This was a fantastic show. Guys, get your hands on the Masculine Empowerment Network. It is only on sale for a few more days. It ends on Monday at midnight. That is 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After that, it is locked down. The webinars start in earnest on August the 2nd, the very next morning at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern, and of course at 9 p.m. Eastern. So you get 2 webinars daily. John, thanks for joining us, man. Take care.